Hey there, and welcome to Making Finances Sexy. I'm Jessica Lay, your Rent Rave owned realtor and certified instructor with the company 101 Financial right here in the Valley of the Sun. It is my mission to help you transition from renting to homeownership, no matter your situation. I'm here to be your personal finance coach and first time home buyer specialist. And as always, Miss Rose Short is with me.
What's up, guys? It's me, Rose Short, aka the Red Queen. I am a realtor here in the Phoenix Valley, as well as a CEO of Chronocar Luxury and a financial consultant. It is my mission to help you build multiple streams of income, live your dream lifestyle, build your business around your lifestyle, and not take any slack from anybody. And today, Jess is going to go over some money saving tips, tricks, and hacks.
Woo, because we all need help in this world to save some money.
Yes.
But saving money is extremely important if you want to secure a stable financial future. It's crucial for several reasons that I wanted to get into today. And the first reason is financial security. Our second is achieving financial goals. Our third is building wealth. Our fourth is retirement planning. And our fifth reason is opportunities and investments. So,
Yes.
yeah, so let's start with financial security. Saving money provides a financial safety net, essentially, for unexpected expenses, emergencies, or periods of income disruption, getting fired from a job. Emergencies happen and they can be really, really stressful, but we can at least avoid piling on more debt when we are in these tragic scenarios, right?
Yes, and of course we do understand that today's day and age it is a lot harder to save up those pennies and whatnot than it might have been in the previous decades, but that does not mean that it's
Yep, for sure. So, our second reason is achieving financial goals. Saving money is essential for reaching our financial goals. I know this firsthand right now because Kalani and I finally achieved our goal of buying our first house. And we definitely couldn't have made it to this point without saving some money.
Oh yeah.
So, buying a house, starting a business, traveling, retiring comfortably, all of these are great financial goals that typically people have. So, I used to enjoy splurging a lot of my money on music festivals and going out and all those fun things. But when Kalani and I had the goal to buy a house, we definitely had to cut down on our trips and cut down on all the things that we used to do, traveling for music festivals, and things can get pretty expensive. So cutting down to like one festival a year, and not going out every weekend were ways for us to save up for our goal. And we had the motivation when we had this goal.
Yeah. Yeah, it's always easy to be like, oh, well, what am I saving for? Like, go out and do something. But when you've got the end goal in mind, then it's a lot easier to be like, well, I could buy this, but that's gonna set me back on this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So prioritizing. Our next reason is building wealth. Saving money obviously allows us to build wealth over time through investments, savings accounts, and again, helping us secure our financial futures, which we all want to do, especially while we're younger, because it can get a lot more difficult as we age, and we don't want to get to our 50s, 60s and wonder, wow, like where's the time gone and why is my bank account still, 200 bucks, whatever.
Yeah, I was having this conversation with a older gentleman that I know who's still working a very physical job. He's like, I want to have money when I retire, but I still want to be able to move. And he's like, at this rate, I'm gonna have to work until I'm 66.
Mm-hmm.
If because he doesn't want to take out his Social Security and get dinged or anything like that. And so he's kind of struggling right now of in that mindset of like, well, what the heck? Why, I don't want to be working this hard anymore, but I have to. And it's been eye-opening the last 5 years to meet people like that where it's like, man, like you put in your time, man. You should be able to do whatever you want, and they just can't because of inflation and everything else. So
Mm-hmm.
it's a reality that we don't want to think about, but we have to face.
Yeah, and I've met a lot of people too when I was working in the automotive industry. Like every shop that I worked in, there was always that older gentleman that's been in the business 30 years, and complaining, still working his 40-hour weeks because he has to, he's still
Hmm.
providing for himself and his family and all that stuff. But like if he was to set some money aside or get some help with some financial planning, then he could be in a completely different situation than he is now. I also have met people that say, well, I'm too old to get out of this rut. And that is the biggest lie I ever heard. Like, it's never too late. Like if you have that motivation and you want to make the change, you can make the change. It doesn't matter if you're 18, it doesn't matter if you're 60. The great thing about financial education is anybody can do it, anyone can do it, no matter their current situation. It's just you have to have the willingness to make the change and actually hold yourself accountable to save and just make a difference in your life.
Yeah, and it's always easier to start when you're younger too. Again, lots of things that you can't change direction, as you're older, but so often, we see people our age or younger who are living with a family member or their parents and they're paying very minimal rent. And they have no money saved because they're splurging on frivolous stuff because they can rather than, saving it or putting it into those different retirement accounts and whatnot, because you don't think about retiring when you're 18, which makes sense. But we got to start thinking about it when we're younger and start planning for it. That way we can have that money growth over time. Every 10 years you wait, you lose about $1.5 million in potential retirement savings. So it's just so critical that we get started and start young.
Yeah, for sure. And I know people that are younger than me and are like way more well off than me because they're the ones with the parents that are super financially educated and have started them like right out of high school, like I have
Hmm.
a few friends. She's one girl, she's 21, or 21 or 22 now. She owns her own lash business and she already has like her second investment property at like 22 years old. Like it's incredible.
Nice.
Like, yeah, so definitely recommend starting young, starting now. Like, don't wait because even if you think it doesn't feel like the right time, I don't know, just I think,
Just do it.
yeah. And that brings me into our fourth reason why saving money is crucial, and that is retirement planning. So, saving money for retirement, making sure you have enough to maintain your desired lifestyle after you stop working, or you're going to be that elderly person that still needs the 40-hour paycheck because now, if you didn't save for retirement, what else are you going to do? And then Social Security, we bring it up all the time. We don't know if we'll even have that once we get into our 60s.
Yeah, I'm not banking on it.
Yes.
And even if you retire early, right? Like it still requires planning. There's so many people who are like, well, I'm only going to work until I'm 40. Cool, but how are you going to achieve that?
Mhm.
Or, we've seen it when people come out of the military. They're like, I'm retired. I'm not supposed to be working, but they are because their military retirement isn't enough. And that's where, again, there's nothing wrong with retiring early, but you have to plan for it and you have to have the money available.
Yep. Retirement planning kind of rolls into the last reason that you want to consider saving money, and that is opportunities and investments. So, saving money provides you with the resources to take advantage of investment opportunities when there's like a good stock being projected in a trusted website. Make sure you're doing your research or consulting your financial advisor before you make any decisions on an investment. And then you can also further your education when you save your money. A lot of people, like to go back to school or learn a new skill or whatever. And even starting a business. So saving money, you can really lean into what you want to do with your life and utilize your cash flow to start a business and do things that you're passionate about, which everyone should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, your job is not going to get you rich, right? Your job is, I mean, likely not going to be what gives you the lifestyle you want. It's going to be what you're doing with your time and your money after your 9 to 5 that's going to get you there.
Yep. Mhm.
So, we've obviously talked about budgeting before, guys. Budgeting and sticking to your budget is super, super important. Tracking your expenses, of course, is a big one.
Yes, so those are actually two great money saving hacks, I want to call them.
Yes.
Yep, budgeting, creating a budget is a very important tool for managing your finances effectively. We've talked about it so much. An example would be season one, episode 6, if you guys want to watch that one. And then we also talk about budgeting in our season 2, episode 8. So check out those episodes if you haven't already, because budgeting is super, super powerful.
Yes.
And then also cutting expenses. So reducing our expenses in daily life is a great way to save money and improve your financial situation. Some practical tips for making small changes in your daily routine can effectively reduce expenses and help you save money over time. So tracking your spending, keeping track of all your expenses to see where your money is going, and it can also help identify unnecessary expenses that can be eliminated. I'm constantly finding things that I'm like paying for, and I'm like, wait, no, I don't need this. Cancel, or like subscriptions that I get for a specific period in my life, and then I, move on to something else, or I am not interested in it anymore, whatever. Like, want to make sure you're constantly reevaluating your life and your values and what matters to you, because you'll be surprised sometimes, um, the things you notice and wonder, like, what the heck? Why am I
Yeah.
even doing this?
Yeah, subscriptions are a big one because so often we get caught with like the free trial, right? Where it's like, oh, try it free for 30 days, whether it be Amazon Prime or, some like I do it a lot with softwares for my online business. I'm like, oh, okay, I'll try this out. And I'm like, and I'll totally remember to cancel it before the 30 days. And then I'll forget. And then suddenly I'm getting charged and I'm like, what the? I'm like, oh, that's right. There's this one subscription. Some of the ways to avoid that is when you get the like welcome to your free trial email, leave it in your inbox. That way you'll see it and remember to cancel it, usually a little bit better.
Yeah, I put it in my calendar now, actually. Like if I do a free trial, I'm
Nice.
like, oh, better cancel before, like the day before or something. Sometimes too, I notice you can cancel the trial and it'll still do the trial. So like, but it'll cancel after it's over, obviously, but it won't like cancel your trial that day. It'll go through the whole trial time.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah.
A big thing that helped me cut expenses is cutting going eating out and stuff. Like that is a huge one for Kalani and I. And when we do go and eat out, like it's exciting and it's like an amazing experience because we don't do it as often as we once did. So that's a big way, like, to save money, in my opinion.
Yeah, especially since fast food now is about as expensive as a nice sit down meal. And it's so much more rewarding to do the sit down meal, once a month versus the fast food every day.
Yeah.
Let's assume you got to lunch every day. It's $15 a day. Times that by 5, times that by 4. That's a lot of money. It's about $300 a month. So
Yeah,
that's a significant chunk of change.
exactly. Even with fast food, Kalani and I honestly won't buy fast food without using coupons. Like they give away lots of coupons all the time, and like we get it in the mail, don't throw all your junk mail away. Like if you like eating out and you get that little pamphlet of coupons and things, like that honestly has helped us save money and also still get to enjoy fast food here and there, but not pay the ridiculous prices, because the coupons are actually really great. You get like buy one, get one, or like, there's like a lot of specials that they give away, but people are, I don't this is gonna sound mean, but lazy and don't like take the coupon into the store or the drive-through or whatever. But we just recently started doing that about a year ago using coupons, and even grocery shopping. We've saved money just shopping the deals, making our list around what's on sale that day that we plan to go shopping.
Nice.
Yeah.
And obviously reducing some of your other bills, so reducing your utility bills, turning off lights when you're not in that room, unplugging electronics and vampire electronics, or even just upgrading to the lower energy bulbs and whatnot, right? So maybe you're the kind of person that has to have the like outside light on for whatever reason. Switch to a lower energy bulb.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Utility bills are a big one. DIY projects instead of hiring people all the time. I mean, since moving into this house, that's been kind of mine and Kalani's thing. Kalani's like, I can do it myself. I can do it myself. And I'm like, I just want to hire somebody. But he's like, we gotta, save and recoup some money. And like, he's always the grounding person for
Yeah.
me. But I'm like, no, I just want it done now. And I want to just give somebody my money that knows what they're doing or whatever. But it's okay
Mm-hmm.
to slow down and, watch some YouTube videos or figure out ways to get our end result ourselves.
Yeah.
And
One
save.
thing we've talked about before as well is limiting impulse purchases. So avoid emotional purchases, right? If like you're watching an advertisement or something and you're feeling it pulling your emotions, exit out of it, come back to it the next day, anything like that. For a lot of people right now, it's food delivery apps. So, delete those. If it's games, like mobile games, you can pay for stuff. And a lot of people will just attach their PayPal to it. The next thing they know, they spent $50 a week in the game. So
Mhm.
don't connect your PayPal. Like, do all these things to avoid the easiness of it, right? Like the harder we make it for us to spend money, the less likely we are to spend money. So don't be afraid to delete those apps and admit that it's a problem, or, disconnect your PayPal or whatever it is.
Yep. And then entertain at home. I know some people don't really have the spaces to invite too many people over. Like I've been there. I lived in a studio and stuff, but now I'm like really excited that I've grown my space and I can actually like invite more people over and, host some events like the UFC fights tomorrow. I'm super excited to like actually be able to invite people over and entertain and spend time, listen to music, do whatever, and not be, out at the club or out spending money. So
Okay.
the next money saving hack I wanted to get into is some smart shopping strategies. So shopping sales, I touched on coupons, but also like just looking out for the sales, or if you need to buy it right now or if it can wait. Like those are a couple ways to save money and make a smart purchasing decision.
Do the
Also,
math though. A lot of times the sales at grocery stores aren't really sales.
yeah, that makes sense. They
So,
make it look nice, but
yeah.
might not be. But that, again, you should be budgeting yourself for your groceries and things like that. And if you stay within your budget, your weekly budget or monthly budget, however often you need to shop, typically depending how big your household is that you're shopping for, then yeah, budgeting would be the best way to help with that. Consider long-term costs when purchasing items like appliances and electronics. Consider like the long-term costs such as maintenance, repairs, and energy usages. You want to think a little bit ahead before you buy like that new fancy washing machine. Just do your research and see if like
Yeah.
that will be fine in your house or if it'll jack up your electric bill if you plug it in. And well, another money saving hack would be saving and investing. So starting early, again, is a big one. The earlier you start, the more time your money has to grow and take advantage of compound interest. While I was saving up for this home purchase, my investment accounts that I have set up, I only put about $25 or a total of $50 a month to my investment accounts while I was saving up for this home. But now that like I'm secure and stable, I can reevaluate my financial plan, and then now I can maybe put $100 a month or whatever it comes out to and keep growing my money. Since I am only 27 years old, that low amount is fine because once I'm 50, 60, my money will have gone a long way from there.
Yeah. And of course, diversifying too. So you don't want stocks or investments that are the same. You want ones that, when one goes up, the other goes down. What happens with a lot of people, they think they diversify their portfolio, but they're all the same stock type. And so they all go up the same. And then when they all plummet, everything plummets versus if you have actual diversified, it looks more like a DNA structure than a cliff because the one goes down and then the other one goes up.
Yes. And stay invested for the long term. I have a couple investment accounts like crypto and, apps like Webull or Robinhood that I use. I have stocks in there that have just been sitting forever. Like I don't move things around. I don't buy more right now, but I mean, like, I can't let the numbers stress me out. Like, I've seen it go up and then way down, and now it's like, climbing back up and whatnot. But staying invested for the long term and avoid trying to time the market or making frequent trades can benefit you to have potential growth in your investments.
Yeah, stocks and real estate, man. Time in the market is better than timing the market every time.
Exactly. But our generation just gets so stressed out when it's not instant.
Yeah.
Which sometimes I get that way too, but long term it's better.
Yes, for sure.
So I just wanted to touch on a couple success stories. I love being a one-on-one financial coach because I firsthand get to see my students, some that have never saved, over $500 in their life. And when they do, it's just like a miraculous feeling. And they want to, keep it up. And now they're able to take that trip that they've always wanted to take. They can splurge on their family. They're not stressed out anymore. And just taking control of your finances is a journey that requires commitment, discipline, and patience. By taking your first step towards managing your money effectively, you're just setting yourself for a brighter future all around.
Yeah. Yeah, you were giving me the patience lecture the other day because I had a pretty high ticket close happen. And so I was like, all right, I'm gonna pay off all this debt. And you were like, no, don't pay it all off. Like walk to pay your bills. And it's so true. And I know it's true because we talk about it all the time. But it's so hard when you have it there because you just want to pay it off and be done and be, just set with it.
Yeah.
But patience really does pay off, guys. It really, in the long run, it's so much better just to do it according to your plan and make sure it's the right move.
Yeah. Yep, just that financial freedom that you get, having control over your money gives you the freedom to make choices that align with your values and goals. And then, yeah, we always say walk to pay your bills, run to deposit your income.
Yes.
And then just peace of mind, control of your finances reduces a lot of stress and anxiety related to money. I had a hard time in the beginning when I first enrolled as a student. I was stressed out all the time, and Kalani always had to like tell me calm down because just seeing it sometimes can trigger you. And like, if you're not very great at sticking to her budget, that was me in the beginning. I was not great at sticking to my budget, and that would, piss me off even more, because again, I'm
Hmm.
seeing that and I'm like, dang it, I'm not sticking to my budget, what is wrong with me, yada yada yada. But you can't let that stop you from the path of getting to that financial success or that savings goal. You have to keep trying. The next week, stay within your budget. If you still go over, try again the next week. And if you have issues running up that credit card, pull out some cash and just use that for the week. And if you use up all your cash, oops, gotta wait until the next week when you have your next weekly budget to play with. Or if you go under, then you have that extra money, put it towards a bill, or put it towards an investment, or just pocket it and roll it over into your next week. And maybe you have like a fancier date that week or whatever it is. Like, there's so much you can do, and it's your money. You should be able to do what you want. We're on this planet for such a short time, so why not put in a little work to put yourself into a better situation and do all the things that you want to do.
Yeah, we get so caught up in the, go to school, go to college, get a good job, pay off your college debt, work, 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 work to buy that house, and work, 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 work until you can retire, and then maybe enjoy life. And it's just, we're brainwashed into the stupidest things. Like, we should be enjoying life from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, I used to always like roll my eyes at people that made their money with a YouTube channel. I was like, oh my God, like, how lazy are you? And then as my mindset changed, I was like, oh no, like, y'all are smarter than we are, because like, you're literally making videos about stuff you're passionate about and getting paid. Like, that's the dream.
It is. And then just managing your finances, and starting your online business, whatever, you're just setting a positive example for others around you, including your family members, friends, and our future generations. We want to inspire others to take charge of their financial well-beings, because we're not here to gloat. We're not here to brag. We're not here to do any of that. We just want to be a positive example, so then others hopefully feel inspired and create something great in their lives, and just are happy with their lives and what they're doing, and hopefully setting a positive example for the next person. All right. So, in conclusion, this podcast episode, I hope I emphasize the importance of saving money for financial security, achieving goals, building wealth, retirement planning, and seizing opportunities. I wanted to highlight the significance of budgeting, which we always do, for effective financial management, and provide some money saving hacks, such as cutting expenses through various strategies. And I wanted to underscore the value of saving and investing for the future. I hope you're starting to think about simple investment strategies for your own success, taking control of your finances, and just feeling ready for that next step of financial freedom, empowerment, and creating a lasting legacy.
Yes. And then next week, we're going to talk about how do you do all this but avoid hyperfixating on the number in your bank account or that end goal.
Oh, yeah, that can drive you crazy.
Oh, yeah. I hyperfixate all the time, guys. I understand.
We'll see you next week.